hell happened, man? We had a 9-game lead. It's like, oh, yeah, it'll be just fine. All right, well, we'll get some work in. We'll get ready to go. I was sitting there thinking about a bye for the first round of the playoffs, and life comes at you fast, I guess. Why can the Guardians not win doubleheaders? Have you seen that stat, Ryan? We're like 1-17 in doubleheader games over the last 2 years.
I believe 0-8 this season.
0-8 this season. For the love of build the dome there. Screw the Browns. Give me a dome over there. I'm sick of doubleheaders for this team. We can't win. Still got hope? You still think they're going to do it? You still think the Guardians going to win the AL Central? We're going to ask that question this morning here on our 2 for Tuesday. Yes, sir, you were in each game. You were in it, so you weren't. And man, was that frustrating yesterday for the Guards. And I just hope that that's, again, with how the recency of this team has been with the ups and the downs, but a lot more downs, they need to rebound. They need to rebound quick. Because the problem is if you start letting this fester and get into that clubhouse, you're going to have some problems the rest of the way out. We're going to talk some optimism for the Guardians coming up. Certainly a big day for the Browns. They get down to their 53. There's news on Michael Hall. We'll get to that. Really interesting article this morning on ESPN. They spoke to over 100 players, talked nothing but quarterbacks. Who is the real GOAT? Who are the 3 best in the game right now? And who are the most overrated quarterbacks in the NFL? Well, Deshaun Watson's on one of those lists. I'll tell you what that is. We'll get to that coming up as well. Ken Miles going to join us later today. Big update on Improbable Luck, our big play horse. We'll talk to Ken about that coming up. We'll get to the grid. We'll get to time up. We'll get to the morning update. And I know why you're here, because we got a major giveaway announcement. We'll do it right now, right here on Big Play. Welcome to the show, everybody. I am Matt Fontana. He is Ryan Tyler. That's it, folks. We have a major giveaway announcement. So I very much appreciate Dave and Ken for giving us this giveaway, because, Ryan, we don't deserve it, because we have screwed the grid up pretty bad over the last couple of weeks to not give the great people out there a giveaway. And I said last week, if we'd have gotten the grid, we would have done this giveaway. Dave stepped up and he said, guys, let's do it anyway. We are giving away a foursome to our golf outing on Saturday. You want to come golf with us? You want to golf with somebody else that will be there that I can't tell you who it is? Rage Titanic will be there. I don't know. We're going to be there, and we have a free foursome. This is a $1,000 foursome.
Yes.
That we are going to give away to somebody. I want to make this easy, and we have to give it away, I would say, by tomorrow, because I'm assuming whoever wins, you got to get your group together. And I don't think it'll be pulling teeth to get your friends to come golf with you for free at Little Mountain. You get the Big Play hat that Ryan's wearing. You get garage beer. You get lunch, get dinner, and a chance to be on Pin Shot. You want to be on Pin Shot with Jimmy and Riz, you got to show up at 11 on Saturday. If not, registration starts at 12. Shotgun starts at 1 o'clock. So again, we are giving this away. Here's what you're going to have to do. We're just going to send a tweet out at Matt Fontana Show. You want to do a simple retweet, Ryan, like we've done for our other giveaways?
Yeah, and follow.
Follow. You got to be following the show. You can always drop a follow for me. I'm one away from 20,000. We're on the swing up. Don't you dare unfollow me. Don't you do it.
Weren't you at 20 before?
I was at 20. I think there was a bot cleanup. I'm back below 20. I'm one away from 20. So if you want just the good vibe, go ahead and follow me at Matt Fontana 83. Ryan is at Ryan Tyler 33. But we'll send the tweet out at Matt Fontana Show. All you got to do is follow the show, retweet that, and we're going to select the winner at the end of tomorrow's show. So let that run for well, it's not a poll. So we'll let it run for the 26 hours, okay? So again, we will announce our winner tomorrow, I don't know, 10:50, somewhere around that time as we wrap up the show, because we want to give you time to get your foursome together, probably make plans, all that kind of stuff. So again, it's a free foursome in our golf outing on Saturday. 1 o'clock shotgun, Little Mountain. And I would say this, and I don't know if you want to put it in there, Ryan. It's like hard because you want to go, whatever. I was going to say, don't retweet if you know you can't make it. If you know you're going to the air show, if you know you're going to Florida this weekend or something. But at that point, you know what? So what? Just retweet it, I guess. But we're going to give it away for this Saturday. That's it. All you got to do is show up. That's it. You get all the swag, get all the fun. We'll be there. And if you still want to get your foursome, you go to bigplay.com and you can just buy a foursome if you miss out. But I know a lot of people were interested and want to come. So we're going to give away a foursome. So again, go to Matt Fontana Show on Twitter X. Ryan hasn't even posted it yet. So you can follow, get that out of the way. Make sure you're good on that. And I'm going to wait. I'm watching Ryan type it up. I know we kind of sprung this on. And I appreciate everybody here at Big Play, like Dave and Ken, because they said, nah, man, we got to do this. We got to give this away to the people. So Saturday, foursome, completely free. Come up to us. Whoever wins, make sure you come find us. Say hi. I'll get you a garage beer on me. It's going to be
It's a 1 o'clock shotgun start, correct?
Correct. Registration starts at 12. So again, you got to be able to, I would hope, again, if you retweet, that you'd be able to make it, but I know things can happen. So it doesn't matter who's in your foursome. Even if you're like, man, I can only get 2 guys, we'll figure it out, man. No problem. But retweet it at Matt Fontana Show. So you have to follow Ryan. Follow the show. Retweet this. That's it. And do you have to put in there that we'll pick the winner tomorrow? Put in there if you can. I know you're typing feverishly. Put in there that we will pick the winner at the end of Wednesday's show. That's it. Winner announced at the end of Wednesday's show. So there you go. I'm waiting. He's almost done. It's almost done.
I need to put a golf emoji. Hold up.
Oh, okay. Get the golf emoji. I know you could search that fast. There you go. Done and done. Is that it? Yep. Yeah. Proofread it. Give it a good proofread.
Okay. August 31st, Little Mountain.
Yes.
Winner will be picked at the end of tomorrow.
Yep.
Enter
1 o'clock. Yep.
Retweet this
Yep.
post. Oh, let me tag the golf outing.
Yeah. Tag the golf outing. You want to tag us on that?
Yeah.
Tag everybody. Tag it all. The golf outing has a Twitter handle you can follow. Well, I'm sure we'll retweet it at Big Play. I'm going to retweet it this morning as well. So there it is. Your chance to come golf with us for free. One of the best 4-letter words in modern history. Free. 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 Check it out there. And we'll get our foursome ready to go for Saturday. It's going to be a lot of fun. So hit the retweets on that. I'll send it out this morning as well. And we're happy to see you there. And again, you could still buy a foursome. We still have, I think the charity thing is almost about done, just because everything's pretty much set in motion at this point. But still check it out, bigplay.com. The tweet is out. We're up. We're rolling. Let's go. I'm going to be the first retweeter. Boom. Done. I don't count. I'm already there. Ryan is already there. So again, retweet that for your chance to win the foursome. We'll announce our winner tomorrow, and we'll see you there on Saturday, which is going to be a lot of fun. It's not very fun for the Guardians right now. And, all the negativity that creeps in about this team where they were playing above expectations and can they sustain this? And it's like, I go back to the All-Star break, which seems so long ago. And I feel like they just realized they were in this situation. Like when they were playing and they were doing well and all this other stuff, it was almost like they just weren't even thinking. Now they had time to sit back and think. And that is when things started to go off the rails. And I want to sit there and you look at players and you're like, okay, this guy's not pitching all that well, or this guy's down at the plate. And I know Lane Thomas has been a slow start, but think about like John Kenzie Noel. That's almost like you signed or traded for a middle of your order type of bat. The rotation has been pieced together. That certainly has been a hit. Maybe that's it. Maybe finally it's coming to roost about not having Tristan McKenzie and not having Shane Bieber. You can only ask these guys to do so much. The bullpen is not infallible, as we've seen yesterday. What are you going to do? And I hate that doubleheader yesterday. I hate it. Because the first game, you were there, and then the second game, you drum out and it's just like, oh my God, it's so frustrating with this team right now. The question is going to be, though, do you still think they're going to win the AL Central? 2 for Tuesdays, we always do 2 questions, 2 answers. Do you still believe the Guardians are going to win the AL Central? Right now, with everything, so I saw, okay, so let's start even where we're at in baseball, right? We still are tied for the best record in baseball, right? No, that's not true anymore. So a week ago, I got this from Brian Shaw this morning. A week ago, we had the best record in baseball. We've gone 2-5 since. And you wake up this morning, you lose today, and you will fall out of the lead in the AL Central. Hammy said this on the broadcast the other day. We have had the solo lead in the AL Central since April. It was April 20-something, I think, that we've had that lead. Not even that we've tied. Right now, we're a game up on the Royals. It's actually the Twins that are faltering at 4-6 in their last 10 games. It's the Royals that are hot. They sweep it out yesterday after they lost a couple games this weekend. Now, is all bad? No. ESPN still gives the Guardians a 95% chance of making the playoffs. But I want to win the Central. You're going to go, at this point, almost 3/4 of the season with a lead, finish the job. And it's like, there's nothing I can be angry about. What am I going to do? Get angry about the bullpen? Get angry that you had to have a starter? You had to go with Sandlin? You should have won that game. That's the game you should have won. Logan Allen, I'm a big Logan Allen defender. I've got nothing left. Ryan asked him this morning if he thinks I could get a hit off of Logan Allen. You wanted that to be our 2 for Tuesday this morning.
I was being a little sarcastic.
I know, but
stuff,
that's how bad things are with Logan Allen.
But I don't think he is the answer at all.
No, and that's the thing. You still have Carrasco on the IL. You still have Cobb on the IL. Good news on him. He threw a bullpen. He's got live BP, I think, today. He'll be back. Boyd has been an amazing find. You're going to lean on Lively and Bybee to do what they do. But it's like there's not one tangible thing to be angry about. There is one thing yesterday about Stephen Vogt and sending Eli Morgan back out there. You were dancing with the devil as you went, right? Sandlin did what you needed to, and Eli Morgan gave you 2 strong innings. Do not send him back out there, man. And that's when it all came unraveled. And then I had optimism for the second game that you'd be able to rally, and the Royals came out, and they punched it up. You know the other thing that really bothers me about yesterday? The Royals know they got your ass now. And that's my fear for tonight. I'm telling you, tonight is a must-win game for the Guardians. And you have all the momentum on the Royals side of things, and they know they got you. It's the opposite, right? The Guardians seem like they're tanking, and the Royals are on an upswing right now. Here they come, man. Can you hold them off in a game that I need the Guardians tonight to act like this is a playoff game? You are at home. You have my guy, Gavin Williams, on there. Now, thankfully, it's Lorenzen for them, and he's solid. He's better than Gavin Williams. Can I just get that magic Gavin Williams? Can I get him to – we've seen it at times, and I'm a Gavin Williams apologist over here. Can we get that start from him tonight and win what I'm dubbing is pretty much like a playoff game? Am I wrong for that? Like, for tonight, I have to have this tonight. Guardians are the favorite tonight, but, dude, you got to get this, man. And I'm not even so concerned about the central lead, like you're still in the lead. It's more about what I see from this team. It's more about their mindset. Baseball is all about your mindset, getting through lulls, and, soldiering on through. But the problem is, do you feel like the Guardians are broken right now? I feel like their psyche is damaged at the moment. Am I sounding an alarm? Right? Like, I don't like their mental makeup right now. I just don't.
I think I'm afraid, Matt, that the Guardians just aren't nearly as good as we once thought they were.
That's a very possible statement.
I really believe that's
very
the
possible.
case.
And that sucks.
I think you're finally seeing the I don't want to say turmoil, but you're finally seeing the revelations of what it's supposed to look like when you have a rookie manager and your starting pitching is, quite frankly, bottom of the barrel.
Yeah. No, and you've had to overcome deficiencies. No team is perfect. But the issue is the things that you do really well. They have the best bullpen in baseball, right? But you need other areas you can't just get to the 6th inning with a lead. You've got to get there first. So the thing is, for a long time, the Guardians' bats were what was filling in holes, right? The other deficiencies that we had, we were just bludgeoning teams, which is ironic that it was the Guardians because we haven't had that in a long time. They were hitting home runs. They were scoring a lot of runs. Now, Josh Naylor's in a did he even get a hit in the second game? I don't even know. Like 1 in 30 hole or whatever it is. Oh, he got the game-winning hit. That's right. So he has a home run and the game-winning hit. He's like 2 for his last 30. You can't have that. You can't have that. When you're playing such a razor-thin margin with this team, you got to have something you're really good at. And I know it's the bullpen, but the problem is you're not even getting to them and allowing them to close things out. And yeah, Gaddis gives up a home run. That stuff kind of happens. You came back around it. It's just so hard right now, man. It's just so tough with this team. And I want to ask a question. We'll do it on Twitter at Matt Fontana Show. Do you still believe they're going to win the Central, Ryan?
No.
Okay.
I really don't, Matt. I really, really have a hard time believing that they get out of this and pull it out.
I'm going to vote yes because if they lose this, I'm going to be sick to my stomach. Now, the thing is, they could still make the playoffs as a wild card, which they have a really, really good chance of doing that. And they could go on a run, and we know the magic that wild card teams have had in the playoffs recently. It's just, I guess, the ultimate debate, too, about, like, you know, it's like winning the Central versus, like, doing it in the playoffs. Like, is winning the Central enough? Like, and certainly, I would give away the Central if that meant I got to go to the ALCS. You get to go to the AL Championship, then that's different. I just want to get there. There's multiple paths to do that. Maybe this is like a rallying cry. The other problem is we are staring down the barrel of September, and I, again, think we're playing some of our worst baseball that I've seen.
Right.
That's not the good trend, and that's maybe leaning towards your side that they're not going to be able to hold on to this.
Yes.
We'll
see. Exactly it.
All right, Twitter's up, at Matt Fontana Show. Retweet for your chance to win that foursome in our golf outing on Saturday. Vote on our 2 for Tuesday. We got plenty of Browns to get to, including this quarterback confidential from ESPN, which I found really interesting. But 2 questions, 2 answers on a Tuesday. That's how we do it. Ryan, I got my first pumpkin spice this past weekend.
I'm sure you did.
You know I did. Pumpkin spice, yay or nay? It's out. 'Tis the season. Are you a big pumpkin spice fan? And it's like... I think most people equate it to coffee, but like, you know, there's other things. There's donuts. You can get pastries that are pumpkin spiced. You can get drinks that are that way. Hot cider, if you will. Fall is the greatest time of the year, in my opinion, for a lot of reasons. I think fall beverages, summer beverages are great, okay? Fall beverages are hands down the best. I get my pumpkin spice. I get my beers. And there's great summer drinks too, but I think the fall has the GOAT beverage lineup. So you know I'm all in on the pumpkin spice. Ryan sounds like a bit of a detractor over there.
I don't mind it. I would never go out of my way to get it, but the fall, the beers in the fall.
The beers in the fall
elite.
are where it's at. That is elite. That is exactly where it is. So check that out at Matt Fontana Show. Again, get in for the foursome and vote on our 2 for Tuesday. Big day for the Browns today as they get down to that 53. They released 16 players yesterday. That was your initial wave of like, yeah, we know. There was nobody really on that list that was shocking. Now we know the pup news, great for the Browns yesterday. You get Newsom back, you get Tomlinson back, you get DeAnthony Bell, and you get both the tackles in Jack Conklin and Jed Wills. Now, the rest of it, and I sent out an updated 53 projection for me on what the Browns are going to do. And I think getting these guys back obviously is great news, but it is going to have ramifications on the rest of the roster, right? If you're going to keep this many linemen, because here's the first thing I thought of, right? You have got to keep Jermaine Ifedi on this team. You have to. And you might be saying, well, why? That would be you keeping potentially 4 tackles, right? Conklin, Wills, Hudson, and Jermaine Ifedi. I go, you have to, because you don't know if Wills and Conklin are going to be ready to go week 1. And if they are, both those guys have missed a lot of time. You have to have all your complemented tackles out there, or at least some solid backups to put in there. Best bet right now, I think they're both going to play. And I sent out the question, what would you do? What would you do with that offensive line? Because if you just want to say we're going to start Conklin and then we're going to start Wills, well, then you're not starting DeJuan Jones. And I find that really hard to believe. And I know the money is with Wills and Conklin and they're paid. And, you know, again, you put them in there, they might get hurt and you put DeJuan Jones back in there. I don't know, man. I want to see DeJuan Jones as our starting right tackle. So then the question is, who would you start at left tackle? The issue is we don't know the injury status for these guys. Yeah, they got activated. They passed their physicals. They'll be back out on the practice field. We all know there's a difference between being ready to practice and being ready to play in a game. And I think that's why the next 10 days or so are going to be extremely critical for the Browns to find that out. They got practice this week. They're off for the weekend, and they're back at it. And there'll be nuggets put out, and Stefanski will keep it close to the vest and like, nah, man, these guys are just going to be out there and practicing and day at a time and all that. How concerned are you, though, Ryan, about this offensive line? Because now it's not a concern that you don't have your guys. You should. The question is, I guess it's the same thing. Are they going to be ready to go and play?
I think if Wills and Conklin are both ready to play, I think you sit DeJuan Jones. I think you sit DeJuan Jones.
Yeah. And the thing is, again, you're probably staring down the barrel that he might have to play eventually anyway. The trends tell you that.
Oh, he will.
Yeah. I mean, at this point, these guys have been banged up for quite a few seasons now. And I also think about when it comes back to Deshaun Watson, because inevitably all of this conversation is going to come back to Watson. And I made the declaration yesterday that some people... I got a lot of response to this yesterday. When I said, when you look at Deshaun Watson, some was good, some was bad. But we sent the clip out yesterday. And I said, all I need is Deshaun Watson to be a top 12 quarterback in the NFL. And I used the term game manager. And that bothered some people.
It did ruffle some feathers.
It did. And people are like, man, we're not paying him for that. And the rest of this team is built. And I said, I understand all of that. But that has to be my jumping off point for Deshaun Watson. I cannot and I will not expect him to come out against the Dallas Cowboys and throw for 450 yards and 5 touchdowns. Now, he could do that and shut me up, and I'd love that. I'm shifting my mindset when it comes to Watson. And I got the tweets, oh, man, now you're moving the goalpost, right? Now you're changing things. I don't think I have a choice. I really don't think I have a choice when it comes to Deshaun Watson because I need to see it. I am fully in the mode that I know nothing of Deshaun Watson. I am preparing myself that I don't care what he did in Houston. I don't even care what he's done in this offense. I'm done with the contract, and I'm over the draft picks. I am viewing him as a blank slate quarterback. And people get bothered by that because that inherently thinks or makes you believe he's going to be bad. Well, there's that world. There's a real chance that Deshaun Watson isn't good. Now, I also leave the door open that he is, and we'll find that out. But going in with these lofty expectations, I think is a mistake. And I also look at the rest of this team to say, you can get there with a game manager. I got Baker tweets. I knew I would. Well, you had a game manager and you let him go. All in the past, man. Let it go. Don't worry about it. We are here in this moment with Deshaun Watson. Let's just start with that. Before we start piling things on, and I've said this all summer, and I've said it about it's got to be on Watson, and he's shouldering this load. And the thing is, I'm not doing this to try to protect Deshaun Watson. He's a grown man who's played a lot of football in his life. He knows the situation that he's in. But let's just get into this thing and see how it goes. All these lofty expectations, yes, I still expect the Browns to make the playoffs. I want them to make the playoffs. The good news is the rest of this team is good enough. I can get there with the 12th best quarterback in the NFL. But Matt, we didn't pay him for that. Don't care. We got to let that go. I care more about this team. I'm not trying to do what Deshaun Watson did his last year in Houston when he threw for 4,000 odd some yards and 20 odd some touchdowns and they sucked. I don't want that. I'm a Browns fan. I'm not a Deshaun Watson fan. I'm a Cleveland Browns fan. So whatever the team needs to do to be successful, I want them to do that. And if it starts with going slow with Deshaun Watson, whatever it takes to get there, I'll make the playoffs with Jameis Winston if I have to. I don't care how they get there. So if I look at the rest of the team and say, man, they are that good at a lot of these other positions, go to Deshaun Watson and go, just play your role, man. And eventually, maybe week 8, week 13, Watson can be the player that you expect him to be. I'm sorry, I'm going in with the, I would say, lowest expectations that I have. I'm going in and I'm truly going to sit back. I'll be neurotic like all fans at 4:25 over at the stadium. I'm going to be sitting on my couch. I'm going to watch this game and I go, I want to see what Deshaun Watson's got. It's not me sitting there saying, well, he better throw for 300 yards. He better do this. It's going to be I think the problem that a lot of Browns fans might have, Ryan, it's going to be a slow brew on this. And the issue is it's been 3 freaking years of waiting for this. You want your payoff. You're not wrong for wanting your payoff. And I hope we get it. But it's not going to come in 2 weeks.
And that's what's interesting is 3 years into this Watson deal, we would have liked to at this point have been, okay, we've made an AFC championship game. The next step this season, we feel capable. Let's go to a Super Bowl, right? But you're 3 years into this. It hasn't worked out like that. And it is frustrating because while I truly do believe that our roster is talented and deep enough where if Deshaun does play as a top 12 quarterback, that's great. And we're destined for the playoffs, right? But then it gets to that point of you could have a Pro Bowl roster, and I'm not sure the 12th best quarterback is going to get you past the Patrick Mahomes of the world.
See, but I
understand we're not there yet.
Right, we're not there yet, and we'll get there. By the way, the Browns have released Michael Woods.
And Jalen Darden.
And Jalen Darden.
And James Prochet.
Oh, they did get Prochet, too?
With plans to bring him back.
Yeah, I think Prochet, and then they love Jalen Darden, and I actually think Michael Woods. I think all 3 make practice squad sense. I had Woods making the 53. So does that open it for David Bell then? I wonder. Or does that open it up for a defensive position? So again, we will keep you updated on everything this morning. So yeah, there it is, Prochet, but they plan to bring him back per source. So the other thing is some of this stuff, guys got to make the roster, then placed on IR. There's some of those kind of, and I don't know if there's anybody really viable for that. Because, okay, so I got this tweet yesterday for some people, and this is a great primer on PUP, NFI, IR, and all this other kind of stuff. So let's start with PUP. There's 2 different versions of the PUP list, physically unable to perform. The active one was the one Greg Newsome was on, the one that Nick Chubb was on, the one that the tackles were on, where they're on the team, they don't count against the roster, they can't practice, but they can be activated at any time. Then the PUP that hits now, if you're still on PUP at cut down, you have to miss the first 4 games, but you then potentially could come back. Then there's IR. If you get placed on IR now or before cut down, you're out for the season. You're done. I just saw somebody tore their ACL, they're done. So you're out for the season. What you got to do that, you can bring 2 players back off of IR. They have to make your 53-man roster first. Then you put them on IR. Then you get the roster spot. And that's when they could bring back a James Prochet. They could bring back somebody else. And there's just that roster manipulation that goes on. Then there's the non-football injury list. There's the non-football illness list. You can eventually get off of those, I'm pretty sure. And the difference is when you get hurt on that, doing something non-football related, you're working out on your own and you sustain that injury. So all that is going to go on today as all the moves go on. I'm a little shocked by Woods. I thought he had done enough. Obviously, he got off to a bad start with that injury last year as a former draft pick. So that's kind of my first, not shocking one, but that was one I thought he was going to make. So there's your moves so far this morning. And again, 4 o'clock today, they have 18 more cuts to go. 18 more cuts to get going. And then they have practice today at 3 o'clock. So I'm assuming those cuts will be done before practice. And then also, too, I got a good tweet. I saw a good tweet about this. There's the initial 53 where you get your team together, but then other guys get cut. You pick somebody else up. There's a lot of movement to be had before you even get going next week against the Cowboys. So we'll see how it goes. Keep your eye on that. We'll keep you updated on it. Okay, Nyheim Hines is going to remain on the non-football injury list, so he's out the first 4 games too. I'm fine with the 3 running backs. Go Strong, Foreman, Jerome Ford. I think that's the only 3 that they need. Maybe one on the practice squad. Kareem Hunt's still out there. Is he not?
Yes.
Yeah?
He is.
I think that ship has sailed personally, but they get somebody on the practice squad just for a little bit of depth there. So again, we'll keep you updated. It's coming out right now. Teams all across the league are getting these cuts in. We'll see how it goes. We'll keep you updated on the Browns. Back to Watson and talking about what your expectations are, as we've done for a long time. We go over to ESPN.com, and they went to 100 anonymous players, and they asked them a couple of different questions about quarterbacks. The top 3 quarterbacks, the rookie who will have the best career, the most overrated quarterback, the most underrated quarterback, and the biggest trash-talking quarterback, which I thought was interesting. And the survey came out across 25 different teams, 103 players. So the first question was, who is the GOAT? And if it's not Mahomes, what does he have to do to get there? An NFC South player said, no disrespect to Tom, but I'm taking Patrick Mahomes.
Stop it.
Pat can do everything Tom can do, and he's mobile.
Stop.
All right. Another NFC South player. Mahomes is on his way, but he's not there yet. You can't disrespect Tom Brady that way.
Bingo.
He has 7 championships.
It's a smart man.
An AFC South player who took Tom Brady. Mahomes is on track to be the best ever. He's got some of the skills you can't teach, but he's not there yet. Of all of the votes, the GOAT, 85 of them went to Tom Brady, 7 went to Patrick Mahomes, and a couple other players received votes. I wonder who those players were.
I got to imagine it's like...
Is it maybe Jim Brown?
No.
Some people consider him the greatest of all.
Some people will say it's Aaron Rodgers. Some people will say it's Peyton Manning. Some people probably, you have your Joe Montana. I think it's all quarterbacks.
Okay. Here's the point total for the top 3 current quarterbacks. So again, what they did was they asked 100 players of their top 3 and gave a point total. So I would imagine
Mahomes, Allen, Lamar.
Close.
Mahomes, Lamar, Burrow.
Burrow's correct. 291 for Patrick Mahomes, 124 for Lamar, 51 for Joe Burrow. There were 2 other players that got votes with 39 and 32.
And one had to have been Josh Allen. No?
Josh Allen got 39. 32 went to, again, other players in the league voting on the best quarterbacks right now. Mahomes 1, Lamar 2, Burrow 3, Josh Allen 4. This guy's 5.
Did Dak get some love?
No, he didn't.
Was it Jalen Hurts?
Nope.
Okay.
The guy you've already mentioned.
I haven't mentioned anybody else that wasn't already listed.
Uh-huh. You did.
No, I didn't.
You did.
No, I didn't.
You did. You said this guy's name already.
No, I didn't. I said Mahomes. The first thing we talked about, I said Mahomes, Allen.
No, what was the GOAT conversation that we had?
Oh.
It's Aaron Rodgers.
Ew.
Yeah, it's Aaron Rodgers. He got 32 votes on that. And 32 points on it. Aaron Rodgers. I mean, again, the guy's what, a 4-time MVP?
Yes.
He's 40, but I get it. Which rookie quarterback will have the most successful career?
Caleb.
Caleb got 34 of the votes. Now, second, Jaden Daniels got 30. Mm-hmm. So there's some hype around him. J.J. McCarthy got 10. Penix and Bo Nix each got 8. So that's the rookie quarterback. This is the interesting one. The most overrated quarterback in the NFL.
Overrated.
As voted on by players. Number 1 on the list, which again, I don't know. Excuse me. This one's like 11 was number 1. Like 11, 10, 10, 9, 8, 7. Like it was really sporadic. Which you got to remember that these guys have an axe to grind because either they play against them or they don't like them or whatever.
Is Jalen Hurts on that list?
Jalen Hurts was tied for second with 10 votes.
Okay, is Brock Purdy on that list?
Brock Purdy got 6. He was in the other category.
Did people put Dak up there?
Dak did not get any votes for this.
I would have disagreed with
that.
Tua.
Tua was tied with Hurts for second with 10.
I don't know how the league as a whole, the players feel about Justin Herbert.
Justin Herbert got 9, so he finished in third.
So I'm still missing number 1.
Number 1, you're still missing. Most overrated quarterback as voted on by the players.
Wow.
And again, by 1 vote.
Right, but still.
If I gave you the write-up, it would tell you what it is. Like 1 NFC West on the number 1 guy, too many turnovers.
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen is correct. 11 for him. Hurts and Tua with 10. 9 for Justin Herbert. Jags, Trevor Lawrence was 8. And with 7 votes, Deshaun Watson.
I don't even think he'd be overrated at this point.
Kyler Murray and Brock Purdy rounded out. Deshaun Watson was in there with Herbert, Trevor Lawrence, and all that.
Deshaun's not even rated, I feel
There's not even a write-up on him because, like, obviously it was just, like, the overarching thing. I mean, I wanted to bring it up for this. We're going to do this for a second. We're going to go to an alternate universe, okay? We're going to take a step aside here, and we're going to act like Deshaun Watson is not the quarterback for our team. Or better yet, act like you're not a Browns fan for, like, 5 minutes on this. Could you not see that on Deshaun Watson? He had one playoff season.
Oh, I can see it as a Browns fan.
He had one season that he put up a gaudy amount of numbers, but his team was really bad. He missed a full season. He missed a good chunk of another season, and then he got hurt last year, and he signed a $230 million fully guaranteed contract, which, again, I've been trying to not talk about the contract in this whole thing, but you know that factored in for some of these guys. I could see votes for being most overrated. I really do.
Yeah, of course you can. I can see it as a Browns fan.
And now that comes back to kind of the tack that I'm playing to start this season out of just taking the step back and going, forget all that, man. Flush all of that out. Set that off to the side and hope that he can reclaim some of that. Now, on the other list of overrated, we could sit here and argue. I don't think Justin Herbert's overrated. I just think he's hurt. Trevor Lawrence, okay, I understand. I don't think Tua is overrated. Jalen Hurts, maybe a little bit. I actually don't think Josh Allen is overrated. I don't. It's all in the eye of the voter here, so to speak. It's what you think or what you take on. Because the question is, all right, I'll do this. Of all of these guys on this list, for the most part, what is kind of the knock on Jalen Hurts? He's got all of these weapons, right? What's the knock on Tua Tagovailoa? Oh my God, look at all these weapons. What's the knock on Brock Purdy? He's got all of these weapons. So what? So what? If you want to call them overrated because of all the weapons that they have, put Deshaun Watson in that crew. I don't care. Because what do those guys have in common? Playoff teams and the Dolphins and the Eagles are viewed as two top Super Bowl contending teams. You want to knock your quarterback, and even Brock Purdy, I'll put him in there too. You want to knock those guys because they have all of this talent around them. Ryan, I could say the same thing about Deshaun Watson. Now, he doesn't have quite George Kittle, okay? He doesn't have quite Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown. But the rest of the Browns' offense is kind of what I'm getting to about Deshaun Watson. Shed the label, man. Well, there's one label he's not ever going to shed, but we know that. Shed that label of like, oh, he's overrated because he's got all this money, because he's got all these things. How about just play quarterback for a really good football team? How about I just get Deshaun Watson to just be a good quarterback on a really good football team? That's all I'm asking. That's it. And if you want to put that label on him that he didn't deserve that contract or he's vastly overrated, I don't really care. Whatever gets me to an AFC North championship and whatever gets me to the playoffs, I don't care about the rest of the conjecture or what you want to say about Deshaun Watson. Now, the easiest thing is Deshaun Watson plays well. That's the easiest path for the Browns to get where you want them to go. But I don't care about any of this other stuff. I have shut down in my brain any of this other conversation about what Deshaun Watson is or isn't. And we will find out in a couple of weeks. We'll find out as the season goes on. I'm going in. Just play your job, man. And we'll call you overrated. We'll call you whatever you want at the end of the season. Just get there. That's all I ask. Most underrated quarterback in the NFL.
Mm-hmm. I got my answer.
Okay.
Stafford.
Stafford was tied for the lead with 14 votes in this.
Yeah. And, honestly, and Dak.
Dak got 4 votes. He was in the other.
He gets so much flack because he plays for Dallas.
Now, here's the funny part. There's a lot of guys that carry over from the overrated list to the underrated list. So, again, getting 14 votes in this, Matt Stafford was tied with this quarterback for number 1.
Purdy.
Purdy is correct.
Yeah, man. I mean,
Brock Purdy and Matt Stafford were the most underrated quarterbacks.
Very conflicting.
Number 3. Actually, there were 4 guys tied with 7 votes, which are good for third on this list.
Okay, then you're getting to like, which I don't think he's like very good anymore, but like Derek Carr's the world.
He's not now. No.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Well, even guys like Tua, like people are so conflicted.
Tua got votes. So here's the thing. Tua got votes in this for underrated. Herbert got votes for underrated. Jalen Hurts, Lamar Jackson, and Dak Prescott all got other votes. There's still 4 guys that were in the top of this.
Baker.
No. Good poll, but no. Kirk is one. Here's your hint. They're all NFC quarterbacks.
Jared Goff.
Jared Goff is another.
Jordan Love.
Jordan Love is the other. Ooh. You'll never get this one. You'll never get this one.
You're doubting me?
Yes.
Ew.
Because I'm doubting this guy.
No
There's
way.
no way
they put Daniel Jones.
No.
Okay.
It's even worse than that, man. It's even worse.
Okay, well, then I think because you're a hater, Bryce Young.
It is Bryce Young. How is he?
Bro, give him a shot.
No.
He was a rookie with one of the worst offensive lines and offenses in
football. He can't see over the offensive line, Ryan.
I'm just saying, let's take a breath. He was a rookie. Peyton Manning threw 28 picks as a rookie.
Peyton Manning was 6'5".
Okay.
6'5", and he could throw the football.
I'm just saying.
Underrated. Purdy, Stafford, Cousins, Goff, Love, Bryce Young, Herbert, Dak, Lamar, Hurts, and Tua. All getting the votes on that. Best trash-talking quarterback in the NFL. 26 votes for this guy.
I used to love watching Phillip Rivers talk trash because he would never swear. He'd be like, "Dog, gummit."
Yeah.
He'd be like, he's so funny.
Him. Obviously
not in the league.
He might be.
He wants to come back. Who's jawing at people?
When you think about it, you know this guy. You know he loves saying stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Is he an older guy?
No. Middle of the road. He's been on. I think he's been on every one of these lists so far. By the way.
Really?
Yeah. Literally, I think outside of the underrated, he's been on every one of these lists.
I can't really think of a mouthy quarterback right now. I mean, I don't really think Josh Allen be talking.
It is Josh Allen. 26 of the votes go to Josh Allen for the biggest smack talk.
I guess I'm not between the lines.
Number 2, 17 votes. Guy we saw do a lot of trash talking around this place.
Baker
freaking Mayfield.
He be John.
He loves talking. Discount double check. Aaron Rodgers there in third. Mahomes, Burrow, and C.J. Stroud all got votes.
Siaki Ika got the axe.
Here's my shocked face. That
is Andrew Berry.
I was gonna say what a miss.
He's kind of overrated draft.
I'm assuming they thought he could get the weight down. Who knows? A third round pick doesn't see your second season. But the sad part about that with Siaki Ika, it was beyond obvious that he was not making this football team. And I look at that D tackle room and I see a lot of depth there. And I had questions even on my, is Quentin Jefferson for sure to make this team and all that? Now you open this up, dude. They're going to release him with Mike Hall going on the commissioner's exempt list. We didn't even get to that. Now it's as good as time as anyway. Mary Kay with the reporting, it sounds like Mike Hall is going to go on this commissioner's exempt list. So we know the story as it's gone, right? Alleged domestic violence situation. He was arrested. He was released. Story comes out. The woman involved has recanted a lot of her statement. Who knows if that legal process is going to go forward? But the NFL has shown one thing over time. They don't abide necessarily by the legal process, right? Deshaun Watson settled the majority of his cases. He was not charged. Or he was charged, but he's not found guilty, right? NFL didn't care. You still broke that conduct policy. And I give the NFL a lot of crap because I do think that that's a moving target and they break that rule and they move it here and they move it there. Putting him on that list, in my opinion, is the right call. If he did what was alleged, and that's the problem now that you have the witness and the victim in this whole thing recanting statements, we probably won't ever get the full scope of what happened. But the NFL still feels like there's enough that they need to send that message. Do you look back on the Browns letting him play in practice any differently now? It's almost like the NFL is now stepping in and doing okay, let me say something real quick on that. That is almost the job of the NFL, to sometimes be the bad guy and say we are the overarching power in this thing. We believe that he did something to break the conduct policy. He's going to go on this commissioner's exempt list. Again, that's reportedly going to happen today. And I'm not the jury in this situation. It's between Michael Hall, his family, whatever. but I think that's the right move for the NFL. Now, how long does he have to be on that list? That can be a year. That could be 4 games. Again, it's the commissioner's exempt list. He decides when to take you off of it. And maybe they sit down and this now is maybe the time to figure all this stuff out, exactly what happened. And I said this a while ago. The one thing that comes back to me for everything that was alleged to have happened, that was in that police report, as terrible as it is, comes back to one thing for me. If he pulled that gun, I think they should cut him. At the very least, on this commissioner's exempt list. And it sounds like that's where we're going. So the fact that you also have that situation now at play, where that's another roster spot that you would have thought had. Now, again, you have a deep defensive tackle room. You have a really deep room. And you could just bump up Jawan Briggs. You could just bump up Sam Kamara to take that spot. But that's another roster hole that you have right now. Another situation. You know, on the Ika miss, man, I don't even want to do it, but I'm going to do it anyway. You know what I'm doing?
No.
Looking at the players that we're taking.
Oh, that's what I'm doing right now. Look at us. Great minds think alike.
Third round. Okay, so we took said Tillman. Where the hell's Siaki Ika? Oh, 98th overall. You didn't need Jake Moody. Keely Ringo, the corner. Although I don't think he's really done much. And it's so hard because you guys have played one, I can't complain. Actually, there's really nobody that I look at and go, man, you missed on that guy. Because here's what I do. I go back to their next pick, which was DeJuan Jones at 111, and that's fine. DeJuan Jones worked out. But you could have traded that pick. I mean, I don't know. Like, that's just, I want to get on it because also you got to remember, too, that was a compensatory pick. And it's not that that's a good thing just to be giving away picks like that, but like, yeah, Siaki Ika gone. And again, it's not a shock, and it's sad that you got to the place that you did, that it was without a shadow of a doubt that he was not making this football team. So it also goes back to, you're going to release a D tackle while your D tackle draft pick is probably going on a commissioner's exempt list, going to miss the first part of the season. You're not sunk there, man. You got Hurst, you got Tomlinson, you've got Harris, you've got Quentin Jefferson. I'll roll with those guys to start. And then again, mix me in some of the rookies that you got.
Jawan Briggs season.
I thought he was going to make the roster. I really did. At the very least, I think he's going to make the practice squad. But now I think he's got a really good chance to make the 53. And, again, these are all things the Browns got to play out. So we'll keep you updated on all the cuts that are going on right now. Again, this damn fly. The thing is, as it goes on for today, the deadline is at 4 o'clock, but the Browns practice at 3 o'clock. I ain't bringing anybody out there that's not going to be on the team. So they basically have a 3 o'clock deadline for today. So we'll keep you updated as the Browns go. Ryan, want to go back to our Twitter questions this morning. We started talking about the Guardians this morning, and just tough go of it. I need a little optimism. I got to find it in our 2 for Tuesday. You still believe the Central is the Guardians?
Oh, you better keep looking. Yes, 47.9%.
We're close.
No, 52.1%.
We're close. I mean, the thing is, let me do this real quick. We're still 17 games above 500 at home, which is pretty impressive. So you got the Royals tonight and tomorrow. Then your Pittsburgh should be able to get some wins there. Then you're at Kansas City for 3, at the Dodgers for 3. Then you get the lowly White Sox, you better sweep. Tampa, Minnesota, the Cardinals, the Reds, and you end the season with Houston. Ryan, I could almost end the season on one computer screen right now. That's how close we're getting down. I still have optimism. I still have faith. I think they're going to make it. I'm going to vote yes. I still think they're going to win the Central. To our second 2 for Tuesday, are you a fan of pumpkin spice? Yes or no?
No is leading the way. 67.3%. Yes, 32.7%.
Wow. How many? I mean, they... there goes Sam Kamara. He's back. He's expected to be on the practice squad if he clears. So Sam Kamara also just waived by the Cleveland Browns. All right, take him off the list. I think that kind of seals Jawan Briggs. Kamara was listed as a D tackle, but they have him as a D end. I think McGuire makes it. They already released Isaiah Thomas, and Alex Wright's for sure making this team. So there you go. So it's starting to trickle out a little bit more as the Browns roll on here. Just refreshing. Nothing right now. Amon-Ra Brown, the receiver, not Amon-Ra St. Brown. Amarian Brown.
And Trayton Welch.
Okay, so that's tight end, right? Yeah, that Zaire Mitchell-Payton had that job locked up. I could see that also being a position they pick somebody up as a tight end to bring in a little competition there. But we'll see how it goes. All right. Kicker, Packers done. We don't need a kicker anymore, which is great for me to say. Patriots are waiving Mitch Wilcox, former Cincinnati Bengal. So again, you got to remember too, the guys they cut, they're going to be on the waiver deadline to be able to get it tomorrow and get some other guys in here. All right, we're going to catch our break coming up. We got the morning update. We got plenty coming up in hour 2, but want to remind everybody of our giveaway for our golf outing. It is up at Matt Fontana Show. We started the show by announcing it. We've already got quite a few entries. Go to Matt Fontana Show, drop us a follow there, retweet the post, and you will have a chance to win a foursome for the Big Play Golf Outing, August 31st, this Saturday. We are picking a winner tomorrow's show. So again, we ask you people to only retweet if you can actually make it. Get your group together, and we'll see you there on the 31st. You just want to buy your spot. You don't want to go in the competition there. Just buy your spot. Go to bigplay.com. We still have some outings available, and you could join our foursomes in the outing, I should say, available for us on Saturday. It's going to be a lot of fun. Garage beers, lunch, dinner, prizes. All of us are going to be there, and it's going to be awesome.
I think my foursome's going to win.
Yeah, you got your group ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
You got some players?
I got some ballers.
Are you guys going to cheat?
No.
Ryan, everybody cheats.
I don't cheat.
Everybody cheats.
I don't cheat.
Oops, my ball kicked out.
I don't cheat.
I do.
I don't.
I have no problem. That's a great 2 for Tuesday. Do you cheat in golf outings?
No.
I have no problem in mini. Ryan, if my ball is up against a root, I'm not breaking my club. I'm kicking it away.
Then you don't. No.
I'm not taking a stroke.
You're no better than Michigan.
If I was in something that was, like, I guess, highly competitive, or like if I had a chance to, everybody goes to a golf outing thinking, hey, man, I'm just here to have a good time. Or if you're actually going to win, maybe. Member guests, I don't, because that's also, like, there's a sanctity to that.
You're no better than Michigan.
I will. Do you see the Connor Stallion stuff coming out with that?
You're no better than the Astros.
He claims that he was not advanced scouting for Michigan. Did you see that?
No, I did not.
They released, so I saw this on ESPN this morning. Former Michigan football staffer Connor Stallions told NCAA investigators that he never participated in advanced in-person scouting and didn't purchase tickets for other people to go scout their opponents. He made the claims in an April interview with NCAA that was included in the Netflix documentary that got released yesterday. He's the alleged ringleader in a vast sign-stealing operation, which he's accused of sending people to scout Wolverines' future opponents and recording play signals from the sidelines. Last week, the NCAA sent Michigan a notice of allegations regarding prohibited off-campus sign stealing. Stallions faces a 3-year ban from coaching that he intends to appeal and challenge. When he was asked by an NCAA investigator if he was aware of the alleged scheme to obtain opponents' signals through in-person scouting, he said, I did not obtain signals through in-person scouting. When he was asked if he ever directed anyone to do that, he said he doesn't recall directing anyone. Is that not one of the biggest
can't remember.
I'm guilty statements is when you go, I don't recall?
Can't recall.
Can't recall.
Probably can't remember.
Can't remember it. So it's just funny that you said you brought him up with all that stuff coming out. I listen, and I don't, my group is good. I don't expect us to be in it.
Well, Patrick says, Ryan, $10 says our group beats yours, but I'm not going to take that if you're going to cheat.
Within reason.
No, there's no cheating within reason.
Yes, there is.
That makes no sense. That's cheating.
That's, again, it's not that we've got a triple bogey and I put us down for birdie. That's not what I'm talking about. It's if the ball's on the cart path, I'm kicking it off the cart path.
Okay, that's fine. But
that's within reason.
Fine, no cheating strokes.
Well, yeah, no. That's not what I'm talking about. No. I'm talking about, yes, I'm off the fairway. I'm on the cart path. I'm not breaking my club, and I'll push it out. What, you don't want Pat's challenge there?
I'll take his challenge.
You don't want Pat's challenge?
I'm not scared of Pat. Who's in your group?
Me, him, my brother-in-law, my brother.
Oh, my God, that's easy picking.
How do you know?
That's easy
How do you know?
Because I'm bringing Tiger Woods.
Oh, okay. Well, come see him with Ryan. Win your foursome. Go retweet at Matt Fontana Show.
I'm bringing some golf heads, man.
All right. Browns release safety Chris Edmonds as well. So what do we have this morning? Is that 4? Ika, Darden, Woods, and now Chris Edmonds. Oh,
No,
and Welch.
There's more than that.
And Welch, right? Oh, and Sam Kamara. So there's your 6. So by my count, that's 12 more to go. 12 more to go. Oh, I didn't see this yesterday. Abby retweeted this, that the Lions released Donovan Peoples-Jones.
I did see that.
I'd take him over David Bell. I'd take him over David Bell. I'd do it. Mike Wood's gone. We knew that. That sucks, man. I thought he was going to make it. He'll be back on the practice squad, though. All right. Wow, Mike says any group that comes in more than 13 or 14 under is absolutely cheating. He goes to plenty of charity outings and he's watched it.
Not if it's a 4-person scramble.
Well, that's the thing. Like, I've seen groups that I go, you brought ringers. You know what I mean?
Because if it's a 4-person scramble, I'm willing to bet you my group finishes.
We should all finish under par.
Right.
Now Little Mountain is not I wouldn't say Little Mountain is an overly challenging course, but it's not easy. Like, I played it a lot, so I know where to go and where to be and all that kind of stuff. Trust me, I've been all over that course. But I've seen ones that they bring straight ringers. Like, you have near scratch handicap. Are we doing handicaps for this? I don't think so.
No.
I think it's just whatever group gets the best. Because that's the thing. You'll play in outings or in member guests.
Not doing no handicap.
I will admit, I sometimes... But, okay, when people ask me, and you have not... You've seen me golf like 2 holes, right?
No, I wasn't there.
Oh, you weren't there at Akron.
I mean, Bruce told me you can.
Oh, I can bash. Yeah, I can hit it. And honestly, my irons have been pretty solid this year. So, like, in a way, it's cheating when somebody asks me, they go, "What's your handicap?" And I always just say 15 because I'm an amateur. So I could go out there and be a 15 handicap. I could go out there and be an 8. I could go out there and be a 28. There's a wide margin for me. There really is. And I don't have a USGA handicap. I don't pay for that service. So I can come up with it if I needed to. But I don't need it.
We're about to whoop you.
You are not.
Oh, my God. It's going to be a shit show.
No.
It's going to be a shit show.
Tell me, who's in your group?
I got my buddy. Well, you obviously don't know any of them, but Brendan.
Well, yeah, same thing. I said my group, and they're like, oh, yeah, those guys suck. You don't know. My brother-in-law Todd's really good.
I'm bringing Brendan, Kyle, and Jason.
Kyle sounds like a golfing name. So, yeah, that kind
He's a dog, and Brendan is probably the best. He's a dog. And Jason golfs a lot. He's good.
Okay, well,
that's the funny part because out of us 4, I'm easily the worst.
But I've not seen you golf, so I don't know. The thing is also about any outing, as you know. Okay, let me ask you this: do you have somebody that can drive it straight?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have a wedge player?
Yes.
Do you have a putter?
Yes.
Okay. Irons are finicky, right? What you need, like anybody in that group, is somebody that I'm just going to put that out and play it safe. I actually think that's going to be my buddy Pat. I played with him for the first time. I was impressed. He's
the one talking mess in the chat.
Yeah, I know he is. He's all excited to go. Trust me, I am too. He's actually, I was surprised. So and I'm putting this on him right now. He's going to have to be our straight driver. Now, the issue is my brother-in-law, Todd, he's dealing with an elbow issue. He's been dealing with this all golf season.
Now the excuses begin.
He's been dealing with a little tendinitis, okay?
So
So it's been a rough go for him. But normally, he is a very straight driver of the golf ball, and he can hit it. I think the wild card in this whole thing is my brother. Because my brother, he's like, he can be hot or cold. And I just played an outing with him where it's like, again, there's some shots I go, that's the shot that I need. I think we're going to be solid. We'll do that wager on Friday.
All right.
We'll do that wager on Friday.
Yeah.
Of your group versus my group.
My group's winning.
I don't think so.
No, 100%.
I don't think so. We'll see. What do you think you guys are going to shoot? I've got us.
So is it a confirmed 4-person scramble?
Yes. Yeah. And if it's not, I'm not showing up.
Then I think we'll at least 3 under.
Oh, okay. make a large wager, please. We're shooting at minimum 6 under.
Okay, then we're going
minimum 6 under.
Oh, okay.
Minimum.
Okay.
Minimum 6 under.
Yeah, I'm sure you will with those
6
extra strokes, huh?
I just got to stay away from the car path. If I just put it out in the fairway, we'll be just fine.
No, you're not beating us.
We'll find out, buddy.
Yeah, we
Bring
will.
it on, man.
We will.
Bring it on. I bet your garage beer there, but they're for everybody.
Yeah.
They're for everybody. We're having a good old time. Do you know what dinner is yet?
I'm about to stir my chat up.
Do it.
I'm going to say Matt's group is talking shit.
I mean, do you know the handicaps of your buddies? Like, are they pretty solid?
I'm going to ask him what their handicaps are.
Yeah, ask them. I'm interested. Here, hang on. Now my texts are flowing here. Now he goes, if we win, now you just made us sus. And I go, yeah, I've shot it out. Shout out to Dan.
Yeah. You can't, like, you're just going to cheat.
Yeah. My guy Dan's in for the retweet there. The macho fan. He's in, man.
All right.
Here we go. Again, you want to join us, you could follow us. I'll tell you what if you put up, like, can we tell Luke, like, we should do this. Our groups have got to be back to back.
Yeah.
We got to be on the same
Let's request that.
So I can just hit into you all day.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, sorry. My bad. Oh, are you guys putting up there? My bad. It breaks to the left, Ryan.
That's all right.
That's all right. I'll just give you crap all day.
We're winning the whole thing.
All day. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. And that's the nice thing, too, is this outing, I just know, like, I know the group that we have here. I know how much fun we had golfing at Firestone.
It's going to be a blast.
This is going to be so much fun.
It's going to be a blast.
There's outings that could be, like, stuffy, and dude, we got a lot of prizes ready to go. We've got all the celebrities, but we're out there just to have a fun freaking ass time. And for my group to be Ryan's group.
I'm gonna take one look at the special guest that's gonna be there, and I'm gonna turn into prime Tiger Woods.
The problem is with No Names Please guest, she's better than you.
Oh, 100%.
Golf, I tell you that.
Golf
is not impressing her.
Of course
It's just not. It's just not.
No, I'm not. I'm just saying it's gonna turn me into Tiger Woods.
Oh, it's just gonna give you the lift that you need. Okay. All right. Getting up there. Getting ready to go. We'll find out from Luke. Got to find out what hole we start on. That's always very clutch, too, for outings. I'm ready to go. Dude, come on, man. I can't wait.
I'm excited, man.
Can't wait. You can be there with us. Go at Matt Fontana Show. Retweet for your chance to win a foursome in our outing this Saturday. And it's going to be a lot of fun.
Patrick said he's a 16 handicap.
Yeah, I believe that. Yeah. He plays enough to keep it, I think.
That's a little high. That's a little high.
Dude, the Kelsey brothers got $100 million for New Heights from Amazon.
Of course they did.
$100 million?
Yeah, dude.
Wow. That's quite a little bit there. All right, let's catch our break. We'll update everybody on the Browns roster cuts as we go. Got more Watson to get into. We'll do the grid for good measures today. We already got our giveaway. We'll do the other giveaway. What if we got it this week and we do 2 giveaways this week?
That'd be cool.
The foursome and the other thing we want to give away.
Let's do it.
So we'll get to all that coming up. Stay with us. Fontana Show right here on Big Play. Drop that follow. Twitter, Instagram. We're also up on X, or Twitter is X. YouTube, Instagram, Twitch. It's all there. Back right after this.
I'm Garage Beer, and this is Bobby Carpenter.
Garage Beer. Beer-flavored beer.
Beef with an F? Okay, my bad. It's crisp and cool, and it doesn't taste like ass. I'm Bobby Carpenter. I drink in garages because my wife says I don't belong inside. If you like a cold breeze on your bag, drink Garage Beer. It's American, and so can you. Garage Beer. Beer-flavored beer.
Well, how do they know I'm doing this? Did somebody leak this out?
It's social media.
Oh.
It's just that's the way social media works now.
I thought maybe you were just running that yap.
Welcome to Big Play, a sports media team that started back in 2014, and now we're not in a garage. Look at us, incorporating some of Cleveland's favorite sports personalities, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland. Coming to you live from the shores of Lake Erie and Burke Lakefront Airport, join Team Big Play for all the best sports talk in Ohio. Check us out on social media at Big Play, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland.
Anthony Schlegel, just how physical he was. And you saw the girth and the power and everything he was bringing to the table, especially when he was a nice beefy 255 playing middle linebacker.
We were called soft last year. You don't want to be soft, especially when you come to the playoffs. So that's going to be a process throughout this season of establishing us as a harder team here in the East.
I don't buy into this nonsense, this conspiracy nonsense that he's got his money and he's dogging it. That's ridiculous.
They're off in the Kentucky Derby as Authentic takes them around the far turn. Tis the Laws making his move now, and they're into the stretch. These two stride for stride. Authentic, tis the Law. Here's the buyer. Authentic has won the Kentucky Derby.
All right, here we go. Back Fontana show. We got the morning update. Giveaway rolling for our foursome. And I'm just waiting to see on more going on. A lot of NFL news. The Commanders have Northwest Federal Credit Union on a naming deal for their stadium. Oh, branding across the stadium and a jersey patch. Huh. You know, not to get into stadium things. We have a lot of other things to do. Is that not a way to kind of offset some of those costs? Is that not millions of dollars? Couldn't you charge somebody $50, $20 million? I don't know what that going rate is. Put a name on that stadium. Get that. I know there's probably not a lot of companies lining up with that kind of cash, but I don't know. Anyway, there's news coming out left and right in the NFL side of things. We'll keep you updated on the Browns roster moves as we go on. Welcome back. Fontana Show right here on Big Play. Twitter X is where you want to be today. Follow, retweet for your chance to win that foursome in our golf outing on Saturday. You get to meet Ryan and I. That's worth it in its own right. I'll hit a tee shot for you. Whatever group you're on, I'll give you a free tee shot. You can use it or not.
Nobody wants that.
What are you talking about? If I get pipe one, man. If I get a hold of one. Good luck.
God, I can't wait to
I'm not.
you. I cannot wait to just wipe the floor.
I'm not making excuses already, but I did strain my hand yesterday. Like right here on my right there is just like a solid rock right now. So we got to get loosened up. We got to get ready to go. All right, Saturday's where it's at. You can be there with us. Go check it out on Twitter. Ryan's got the stories you got to know. We call it the morning update. Ryan's got it. Please take it away.
Okay, well, not a good day for the Guardians as they lose both games against the Royals in the doubleheader. They lose the first one 4-3. They lose the second, they lose the second one 9-4.
Salvador Perez, man.
Today, game 3 against the Royals, 6:40 first pitch. On the mound for the Guardians, Gavin Williams. For the Royals, it's Michael Lorenzen. Guardians open up as a -155 favorite.
They are a semi-big favorite in that. You know the other thing about those two games yesterday? Bobby Witt Jr. must hate Aaron Judge because he would be the AL MVP without a doubt if there was not Aaron Judge doing historic things. Bobby Witt is
he's so good.
Good, man. He's batting .347. And give Jose Ramirez some love. He's now only the second Guardian in history to be in the 30-30-30 club. 30 home runs, 30 doubles, and 30 steals. That's how good Jose Ramirez. Do you know the other Guardian to be on that list?
Say that again.
30-30-30. 30 home runs, 30 steals, 30 doubles. There's only one other Guardian to be on that list.
With Jose?
Yeah.
Manny?
No, Manny would never stole bases.
Grady?
Grady's right. Grady Sizemore is the only other one.
Guess,
Yeah,
I was like, I don't know if he...
Dude, Grady... I don't know, White Sox, we'll see him in a couple of weeks, but he's on it. The other thing is, I kind of see Jose, putting together some nice at-bats. I think Steven Kwan's starting to come back out of it a little bit. It's just Naylor right now. I hate to zero in on our guy Josh, man, but that's where it's at right now. Gotta have the bats. You got Gavin Williams tonight. I kind of want a Gavin Williams little parlay going here tonight. I like him for some strikeouts. Ooh, you know what I really want to bet? Gavin Williams to record the win. Do you like that for the Guardians to get a lead, get him out there, get him to 6 innings or something like that? Let me see. Sorry, baseball. We should do that now that we're kind of free agents. We should do that for an open-ended question. We are free agents.
We are free agents.
What betting app do you use? What betting apps do you have down? We love them all. We'll take all of them.
Yeah, mostly probably FanDuel.
I'm on Bet365, and then I do a little on Fanatics from time to time.
I'm actually on Ippei Mazahara's book.
What's that?
No, wasn't that Shohei's interpreter?
Oh, I thought you were being serious. I was like, wait, there's a book I don't know. I had DraftKings. I have FanDuel. I have DraftKings. I have MGM. I don't really use them all that much. I'm on Bet365. All right. Pitcher to record the win. Gavin Williams, yes, is plus 220.
Okay.
So if I add that, and then if you would give me, 5 strikeouts? Is that too much?
I don't think so.
4?
I think 5.
4 gets me to 260.
Go 5.
5 gets me to 325.
Go 5.
All right, 5 it is. 5 wins me $20. $21 on that. I'll do it. I think Gavin gets it. We'll get our full plays. We'll get our full trends on the game coming up a little bit later. But I feel like they have to play this like it's a must-win playoff type of game. The lineup shifting has been interesting from Vogt, and it seems like he's searching a little bit. Now, the thing is, my issue is, do you really need to be doing this now, coming down the stretch when you're playing a lot of crucial games? What are you going to do? You're going to have to put Will Brennan up there. You're going to have to put David Fry in the cleanup hole. I'm starting to think about what they're doing more, moving Jose. Just call it for what it is, man. Maybe you move Quan down. Maybe that's the spark that you need. They're changing the lineup a little bit. It's a little tough right now. Over-under is set at 9. So if I'm all up on my Gavin Williams, maybe I hit the under on that. Maybe I hit the under in the half. I got to have the hook. But hopefully they get it done tonight. You got to turn things around. Must-win game for the Guards. I'll tell you this. Even if these games are, neurotic and I'm, nervous, I still love sitting down to watch meaningful baseball, man. And I turn that game on at 6:40 every night, and I watch a couple minutes with my son before bedtime. And it's good baseball. It's a good problem to have. We're in this damn thing. Go get some wins. Get it done. Good.
Alrighty, well, the Browns are working to cut their roster down to 53 as the deadline approaches. It's 4 p.m. today. Notable cuts include tight end Trayton Welch, defensive tackle Siaki Ika, Amarian Brown, James Prochet, Mike Woods, Jalen Darden. And I don't see any updates since then.
I haven't. You said Kamara. Yes. Don't see anything. Again, around the league, we have plenty. I'm sure the Browns will be active, too, once that deadline, once the waiver hits tomorrow. But, that's pretty much it for right now. We'll keep our eyes out for that as we roll on through it.
Alrighty, well, the holdout is over in the Star State. Dallas Cowboys and wide receiver CeeDee Lamb have agreed to a 4-year, $136 million deal. It includes a $38 million signing bonus, $100 million guaranteed. That makes Lamb the second highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history.
So I saw the report. The Dallas Cowboys started at 32 per year. CeeDee wanted 34. And then eventually Dallas kind of gave in. And they were closer to that number than the 32 that they started with. Now all eyes turn to Dak. I was listening to ESPN this morning, and was it Peter Burns was on this morning? I think he was. And he was saying he feels like Dak could get a deal done by the end of this week. What a change that could be in Dallas. And I get that it was all kind of drama, and Dak had been playing and practicing, but CeeDee hadn't. That's fine. Eventually, man, you got to pay your star players. You don't let those guys leave. There are 3 pillars for that team. It's Micah Parsons, CeeDee Lamb, and it's Dak Prescott. It's a little like what the Browns were trying to do, right? You had Amari Cooper, you have Deshaun Watson, Myles Garrett. Those are your prime positions. You got to pay them. Salary cap's going up. I'm shocked that it took as long as it did, but I think Dallas did the right thing here.
Alrighty, well, history was made in Major League Baseball as catcher Danny Jansen not only became the first player to play for both teams in one game, the Blue Jays and the Red Sox, but he played for them in the same inning. He did so after he took the field for Boston on Monday in the resumption of a rain-delayed game he started for Toronto in June before he was traded to the Red Sox.
That doesn't count. I mean, like I get the story. I'm glad they played him for like the little note in history. It's a rain out, man. That doesn't really count. Like, I don't know. I think that's a little off for me, but that's just me. Sorry, I don't mean to crap on things with Major League Baseball. Like, okay, cool, great. But it was a rain out. Do it in the same game. Trade him in the same game and take it from there. But, okay, good, cool story. I thought it was awesome, but it's just a footnote to me.
Alrighty, lastly for the morning update, some basketball news. We haven't gotten that in a while. We talked about this a little bit yesterday, but it was announced the Cavaliers will hold its 2024 training camp at IMG Academy in Bradenton from October 1st to October 6th. That will mark the official start of the Cavaliers' preparation for this season.
Think about it. We're about a month and a half away. We're about 6 weeks away from Cavs training camp. I can't not think it has something to do with them rebuilding a facility down there on the river and what they might be doing with the Independence one. It's kind of just interesting timing on all that. But, hey, man, they want to go away. They want to galvanize as a team. They want to be together. Great. You talk about pressure, certainly on the Cavs. Kenny Atkinson to get it right, needs his guys focused. We'll see how it goes from there. But I just think it has something to do with that, right? It's got to do something with the facility. Why would you just leave?
I would assume so.
And the Cavs facility, when they built it, the one out in Independence, it was state-of-the-art. But you know, eventually, as we know things going on with the Browns, those things run their course, and that's kind of where we're at.
You ready?
Speaking of running scores. All right, we got the Browns today.
But damn Commanders.
Damn Commanders. The damn commies.
They're kryptonite.
Now, we already have our giveaway for the foursome, which is great. Can we do another one for today? Let's find out. Go!
Okay, Browns 3,000-yard passing season. We can go Mr. Mayfield.
I would go big. That fly just went right in my eye.
Are you okay?
No. Dude. Oh, my God.
Oh, it's on your forehead.
Is it? Oh.
I'm just kidding. I was messing with you.
I think I got it. Sorry. Continue on.
Titans 3,000-yard passing season. We could go Mr. Tannehill.
It's got to be, right?
Ravens, we could go. Well, Joe Flacco. Well, no, he didn't play for the Commanders at all, did he?
I don't think so.
No. Right?
No.
No?
Right? No. I don't think so.
Okay.
All right.
All right, Browns, Washington. Oh, gosh, I hate Washington.
Jacoby Brissett. Unless, wait, does he work for any of the other ones? No, he doesn't work for Seattle, does he? Oh, we got a Seattle one anyway. Go Jacoby Brissett. Josh Gordon.
He's going to go Shelby Harris.
You do have to. What's that? That one right there. Titans Seahawks. Something is speaking to me there, but I don't know what it is.
Doug Baldwin didn't play for the Titans, did he?
Don't think so. Does Adrian Peterson work there? Yeah.
Did he play for the Seahawks?
Yeah. I think so.
And the Titans?
Yeah.
Yeah?
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 Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe if we just do that more and more, it's like, yeah, we'll just speak it into existence. All right, Ravens, Seattle.
Okay, Matt Hasselbeck, no. Drew Lock, no. Russ, obviously not.
I don't know, you got me on Matt Hasselbeck there for a second.
Did he? No. Yeah, Jadeveon Clowney, no?
Oh, yeah.
He played for Seattle, right?
Yes.
100%?
100%. Jadeveon Clowney. All right. Those damn Commanders, man, they always screw us up in this.
Yikes.
Okay. All right. Oh, is that not Marcus Mariota?
No, he just got there this year.
In Washington?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Washington Ravens RG3.
Oh, yeah. Right. All right. See, now here, okay, we could have used, we should have used Adrian Peterson for Titans Washington.
Yeah, probably.
That's all right. It's all right.
Okay, Pierre
Garcon, Logan Thomas, Terrell Pryor.
I don't think he played for the Titans.
I don't think he did either. Chris Cooley?
I don't know who that is.
He's the tight end. If I really needed to get an
Did
answer.
Fat Randy kick for Washington?
I don't think so. No, don't think he did.
Joey Sly, I don't think he kicks for Tennessee.
No. As bad as they've been at quarterbacks, there's got to be a quarterback holdover there. Tennessee, Washington.
It's Steve McNair. Did he ever play for
No, he went to
Washington?
Baltimore.
Deshaun Jackson never played for Titans.
Titans don't know. No.
Dion never played for the Titans. Logan Thomas, I don't think played.
I don't think he played for Tennessee. Jared Cook.
Jonnu Smith didn't play for Washington.
No, don't think so.
Curtis Samuel never played for Tennessee.
Did Chris Johnson ever go to Washington? I don't think so.
No, doesn't ring a bell.
Fudge. Damn, we should have just put Adrian Peterson there. We jumped
Taylor
the gun on
Heineke
that.
never played in Tennessee.
No.
Eric Fisher never played in Washington. Robert Woods never played in Washington.
What about the Titans are a bad team for us too. They never. Did Lendale White ever go to Washington?
I have no idea who that
He
is.
was a running back for Tennessee a long time ago. Dude. And again, there's like so many like legacy Washington players. Like I don't think Doug Williams ever went to Tennessee. Obviously, they were Houston, the Oilers. We can go back to that too.
Does this count?
Why?
I just got a text from my friend and he has one and I didn't realize before I looked at it. I don't even know he's watching.
Technically, no, that should not count, but now I'm interested to hear the player.
He said Will Compton. Does that even work?
Yeah, I think it does. It does.
Do we use it or no?
Do you want to try to? I mean, it's like. All right, give me another one. If we can come up with another Tennessee, Seattle, and then we would just move Adrian Peterson over. Tennessee and Seattle. Can we think of one there? No? All right, just go Will Compton. We'll ace it today. That's fine with me.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, might as well. If it works. If it works.
What a troll job that would be.
Yeah, right. That would, yes, exactly.
How do you spell, is it William Compton?
No, just Will Compton, C-O-M.
Right.
Should just come right up.
No.
Try William? I don't know.
It is William.
All right, we'll take it. Scroll on down.
Albert Hainsworth.
Oh, I forgot about Albert Hainsworth.
Who the hell is that?
Oh, D-tackle. The most famous thing about Albert Hainsworth was this. He signed some exorbitant contract, I think, when he went to Washington. Then he failed their conditioning test. And everybody was like, what do you mean? So Mike Golick, Sr., when he was doing Mike and Mike, went out, ran the conditioning test, and passed it. And they just ripped Albert Hainsworth for everything that he was worth for missing the conditioning test. That's right. Tennessee. Then he went to Washington. He signed a 7-year, $100 million contract. 41 guaranteed. Up to 115 with incentives. And actually said he took a discount to go play in Washington. After the 2009 season, He refused to participate in off-season workouts and arrived in camp in poor physical condition, unable to pass a basic fitness test. And he also felt inexperienced and unfamiliar with the 3-4 defensive scheme, having previously played in a 4-3. On December 7th of 2010, it was announced that he would not participate in the rest of the season. Not like participate in practice, like he's not going to participate in the rest of the season. After a dispute over his absence, claiming to be ill, and the team suspended him for contract detrimental to the team. NFL writers call the Haynesworth the worst free agent signing in NFL history. He was then traded to the Patriots for a 5th-round draft pick. Less than 4 months into that, he was placed on waivers.
Because he was fat?
Yeah. So here's the thing about Albert Haynesworth. In his 7 seasons in Tennessee, he never had double-digit sacks, ever. And somehow still got a $100 million contract from the Washington football team.
Called a finesse.
I guess, man. Albert Haynesworth. Woo! Oh, I didn't know this. I'm glad he's not. He needed a kidney transplant a couple of years ago. He revealed in 2019 his kidneys were failing and needed a donor. Eventually got one in 2021. Ugh. Yeah, Albert Haynesworth. What a pull that was. I've not thought about Albert Haynesworth in quite some time. There you go. All right, retweets are flying for our giveaway for our foursome coming up this Saturday. Go to @MattFontana Show. Do it there. Rolling through here. Seeing if any Browns, Vikings, some Bengals news. Sorry. Just seeing if there's any. I've not seen anything. Wait. Mary Kay? Okay. Zach Eagle, we know. Mike Hall going on the commissioner's exempt list. Mike Woods, Jalen Darden, Games Prochet. We all knew that. Naheim Hines on NFI. So, you don't want to know what? They're going to cut Justin Hardy. I had him making the team. For Mary Kay, Hardy, a Cleveland native, landed in concussion protocol after the game on Saturday night. He could also land on the practice squad. The Browns will go younger at cornerback with Miles Harden and also second-year Khalif Halasi making that spot. I had Justin Hardy making the team. I guess the concussion really kind of hurt him, but again, try to get him to the practice squad, I think, makes a little bit of sense there. And that's it for right now. So, again, we'll keep you updated on all that. We'll come back, rip through Time Hop. We'll get our bets going for the Guardians tonight, and we'll wrap things up here. Stay with us. Fontana Show right here on Big Play.
I'm Garage Beer, and this is Bobby Carpenter.
Garage Beer. Beer-flavored beer.
Beef with an F? Okay, my bad. It's crisp and cool, and it doesn't taste like ass. I'm Bobby Carpenter. I drink in garages because my wife says I don't belong inside. If you like a cold breeze on your bag, drink Garage Beer. It's American, and so can you. Garage Beer. Beer-flavored beer.
Well, how do they know I'm doing this? Did somebody leak this out?
It's social media.
Oh.
It's just, that's the way social media works now.
I thought maybe you were just running that yep.
Welcome to Big Play, a sports media team that started back in 2014, and now we're not in a garage. Look at us, incorporating some of Cleveland's favorite sports personalities, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland. Coming to you live from the shores of Lake Erie and Burke Lakefront Airport, join Team Big Play for all the best sports talk in Ohio. Check us out on social media at Big Play, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland.
Anthony Schlegel, just how physical he was. You saw the girth and the power and everything he was bringing to the table, especially when he was a nice beefy 255 playing middle linebacker.
We were called soft last year. You don't want to be soft, especially when you come to the playoffs. So that's going to be a process throughout this season of establishing us as a harder team here in the
I don't buy into this nonsense, this conspiracy nonsense that he's got his money and he's dogging it. That's ridiculous.
They're off in the Kentucky Derby as Authentic takes them around the far turn. Tis the Laws making his move now, and they're into the stretch. These two stride for stride. Authentic, tis the Law. Here's the wire. Authentic has won the Kentucky Derby.
All right, back here on the Fontana Show. We'll get to time up. We got to get our Guardians plays coming up here in a little bit, but I am a proud owner, part owner of a racehorse through myracehorse.com. We've been doing it with the Big Play horse and Probable Luck. I got an update. No better person to talk to than Ken Miles here, Big Play. And, of course, Ken, I love it because, you know, we've been talking a lot about My Racehorse, where it's a chance for people to get involved with a horse for not very much money. They can get involved. They can be a part of it. And now we're really in the journey of following along. And I got to tell you, somebody who's a novice horse person, I never thought I'd be this interested about finding out about the horse. So the biggest update is the horse has finally been moved, and he's ready to go to start his training. Just tell everybody, I get the email updates, I would say about weekly pretty much, from My Racehorse, which is great. But tell everybody where Improbable Luck is now.
Okay, first things first, great to be on the show as always. The feedback on the Big Play horse is fantastic.
Love it.
And I want to remind everybody that even if you haven't bought a piece of the horse, go to bigplay/horse.com, right, Ryan?
Bigplay.com/horse.
Yep, bigplay.com/horse.
Or we have the Twitter account, Big Play Horse. You can follow that too as well.
Yeah. And so that's where you can get all these updates. And we're in the midst now of doing a newsletter pretty regularly, which will give the updates for anybody that wants to see what's going on. All right, that said, a lot of people are experiencing, as you said, firsthand what this is like. You don't buy a horse and go right out to the starting gate at Churchill Downs. There's a process behind the scenes, and everybody has to be patient. But these are horses that are learning the basics. So first thing after we bought Improbable Luck, he went to Rebecca Maker's farm, and that's where he just builds up his muscle and learns very basics. And I was just talking about this the other day. One of the things that they learn is how to lead on the right foot or left foot, depending upon which way you're turning. Think about it. When you're going to run in a circle and you're going to make a sharp left turn, you don't want to be leading with the right foot.
Right.
You want to be leading with your left foot. The horse has to learn those types of things. So it's just as basic as walking around in circles and making sure the horse works and runs and walks with the right lead. So I want people that when you're watching races, when you see the horses coming up to the starting gate, if you ever wonder why are they keep walking around in circles?
To get ready to go for the race.
To get ready to go for the race. Yeah. And they're warming up all their muscles, but they're reminding the horse to stay on what's called the right lead.
Got it. Very interesting. And, you know, the training, which is going to be so interesting because it is behind the scenes. Like, we're going to see some of the stuff that the horse is doing. And I had asked too, did he fly? Does he get a better first class ticket than I would in a plane or does he in a car and drove to?
No, he was in a van.
A van. Okay. Probably nicer than I would get on that kind of road trip, right?
Yeah, it's a very nice van. Yeah. But it's interesting. And again, we're going to have the video up if it's not on that, the bigplay.com/horse page already. It will be shortly. We've got the video when he left the farm, and it's interesting to see what happens. And so he's been on the farm for a while. He gets very acclimated. And remember, a horse spends the first year with their mother, so they're in great comfort, just in a very quiet setting. He gets to the farm, quiet setting. He walks very comfortably, confidently to the vehicle that's going to transport him, the van. And you see him get in, no problem. Next scene, he's at Churchill Downs. The van opens, and he doesn't want to come out.
Oh, no. He's like, take me back. Take me back.
I'm not sure about
He goes,
this.
it's not where I'm supposed to be. Take me back.
And you actually see him rear up a little bit. You see the hair standing up on his neck, the ears up, and it's just all about discomfort.
Sure.
Never been in an environment, never seen surroundings that large.
Yeah.
And you can feel the energy of all kinds of other horses. He's never been around that many horses. So with a little prodding, he comes down and stands there and just kind of starts looking around.
Yeah.
And that's a lesson. This is all about learning the lessons of how to be a racehorse in that type of environment, but it starts as simply with just looking around.
Ken Miles joining us, of course, My Racehorse. Get on the website, and while we might have few future ventures, not to get there, that you can get in on other horses that are. I get the updates as well, like, hey, this horse is now available, so it's really great. You can get involved with a racehorse. We have our own Improbable Luck here, potentially another one in the future, but we'll get to that. So now that he's there, how long will he be there? Is he just going to be there until next, summer, spring, when we're really starting to get to race season?
Yeah, so he's now at Churchill Downs, and it's ultimately up to our trainer, D. Wayne Lucas, legendary trainer, as to what he sees. But the reports from Becky Maker, and this is important to see, how is he filling out?
Yeah.
And the reports are he's filling out very good. How does he jog? How does he run? Is he a finesse runner? Is he a strength runner? Does he have to go back to basics, like what is the right type of shoe for the type of step he takes? All those things have been very positive.
Good.
So he'll probably be going into a training regimen here shortly, if not already. Got to, again, get him acclimated. And when I say acclimated, he'll go into his stall. He'll get to meet his stall mates because they're a pack animal. So you got to make sure that he knows who's to his
He's hanging
left
out with his
and
buddies.
who's
I
to
get
his
it.
right.
Oh, yeah.
And it's very much a regimented pattern of activity. So they want to keep a consistent schedule for him. So it'll be he gets up at 5 o'clock in the morning, does a walk, they'll start now taping him up a little bit. So he's learning what it's like to have tape on his legs. These are all things that you have to progress to run. And then come back, eat, rest, and do the same thing again in the afternoon. When Wayne thinks he's ready to go, he'll start taking him out and jogging on the track. He hasn't been to the track yet.
Okay.
He's just in the practice areas. But if all things go according to plan, we could see him racing as early as October.
Wow, already. Okay.
Yeah.
And then that's like, again, I think this stuff is really interesting on the behind the scenes, but to actually can be able to say, oh, man, he's in some races and we get to watch and get to be a part of that. That's really awesome. And I think the training is so interesting when you mentioned, because I'll equate it to what we all kind of know in sports, right? And you have a player, a draft pick, if you will, and you understand this guy might be really good at this and maybe not so good at this, and there's different ways to develop a player into the player that you want. It's probably no different than a horse, where I'm sure Improbable Luck has some strengths, maybe some weaknesses they want to identify, and to build him into the type of racehorse that's going to be the most successful. That's got to be really interesting stuff.
It really is. And again, you mentioned, I mean, these are the top athletes in their sport.
Yeah.
So you don't get there without having the fundamentals down. So you got to work on the fundamentals, which we're talking about. But to your point, one of the things he was bred for is what's called a two-turn race. His parents, his grandparents had that type of lineage and that capability. And what that means is he can run the distance long enough to be in the Derby, the Preakness, some of these big-time stakes races. But we might find out that when he goes out there, while he can go that distance, he's not as fast as the others. So then you begin looking at, do you go to a shorter distance? Is he more of a sprinter? Does he go onto the turf? And, if you watch races, you'll see horses, they'll have races where they're running on grass inside of the dirt track.
Right, yeah.
There's a lot of success that can be had there. A lot of people are familiar with dirt, 1.25 miles, 1.5 miles because of the Triple Crown races. But there's a lot of different ways that if he was to be a track runner, for example, is he a sprinter? Is he a 1/4 miler? Is he a miler? That's got to be determined.
Well, I think it's really, again, because we're all a little piece of like being a general manager. Now, you and I aren't, I'm not making the decision like, oh, gee, I really think this is what Improbable Luck should do. But it's just fun to watch, to see that progression and to be able to see it. I'm just blown away that we might even see him this fall, which is just really cool. And knowing that horse racing is year round, it is like we get all, like you said, hooked up for the Triple Crown and some here and there, but there's horse racing happening year round, and now you can have an involvement and an investment in that, which is just really, really cool.
Yeah, just to that point, Seize the Gray, which we all had a lot of fun with this past summer. He's got a race coming up in 2 weeks, the Pennsylvania Derby.
Oh, nice. All right, so there you go.
$1 million tab on that race. And so when you get into this world, you realize that there's a lot of different races. They all lead up to the Breeders' Cup Classic in the fall. I don't want to get ahead of ourselves. We got a long way to go before Improbable Luck is in that category of horse, but it's fun to dream.
Well, and I got to say too, because again, I know that in the future we'll see, but it's like even with my race horse, you could do this every year.
Yeah.
You could pick a horse every year that you want to just say that this is my horse for the year, and I don't want to say like fantasy football, or like because you're a little more involved than just that, but like. You can pick a horse every year. Like it's a year journey. It's gonna be so much fun.
Well, again, I want to reiterate, working with my racehorse has been spectacular because as you said before, you literally go down the app, you see it on the screen there, you go download the app and look and buy a share of a racehorse for under $100. What's great about it is, and I get asked this all the time, you literally just buy that one share. You'll never have another expense. My racehorse is covering all those expenses. But unlike other, let's say the Green Bay Packers, where you buy a certificate and you could say you own a piece of Green Bay Packers, it's just nothing more than on the wall.
Paper on the wall, yeah.
With my racehorse, you get the perks of a video every week, a narrative. You get invited to the tracks. You could go see your horse in the stall. You could go see him practice. But most importantly, when he wins, because this is a securitized asset by the SEC, you share in the dividend of the payout. So you are truly actually an owner with a lot of upside and really no downside. It's a lot of fun.
And we're going to do some events here, I know, around some of the big races and stuff like that. It's going to be so much fun. To flip to the big play side of things, obviously our golf outing this Saturday, really excited for that. But we have a lot of big things coming this fall, which is just really, really exciting. The vision is great here. We're growing shows. It's just so much fun. I'm really happy to be a part of it, Ken. I know, just again, the future here at Big Play is very bright.
Well, Matt, you've been a wonderful asset to everything that we're doing here, and I'm going to give a big tease. I was hoping I was going to be able to come on here today and drop a major announcement.
Here we go.
But I can't.
No, that's all you needed to do. That's all I wanted you to do, Ken, was just a little tease, because again, it's something I know. You are a lifelong Cleveland. I am, and you and we all feel this is something that fans are going to love. They're going to love what we got. A little stick in the fire on this. Can't say anything more.
We won't say anymore, but
no.
Let me put it to you this way. There are a lot of people that would love to be able to do what we're going to do, and this is going to have national exposure. Stay tuned. You're going to want to be following this guy, Matt Fontana, to know more
We'll do
about
it. Yeah, we got it. And again, everybody, the collection of talent and the content we've gone. We're down in Cincinnati. Bobby going daily now. Like, we got it all cooking for you.
Download the app.
I know. We talked about it so much about, Dave is telling me, like, dude, you guys look so good on the app. And the thing about the app that I love, that I tell so many people about, so great. You just want the interviews, right? Like, Jeff Schwartz was just on Come Get Some, right? The Big Play Cleveland show. We are streaming on there. Drennan's on there. All of it. Bobby, dude, Will Howard. How many Ohio State guys are on there? You can get right to the interviews, which are great. I know Dave bust his ass to get that app going, and it's so awesome. It's really a lot of cool.
It's great. A lot of momentum here. Let's carry it on to the Guards in the playoffs, the Browns.
Come on now.
And a great season, and improbable luck to the winners.
I love it. I love it. Ken, really appreciate you stopping by. We appreciate it. MyRacehorse.com. You saw the app there up and going. We'll get rolling with that on the updates, and you never know what the future might hold. So we got a big fall coming up. Let's catch our final break. We'll do a little bit of time up. We'll get our bets for the Guardians as well. Stay with us. Fontana Show right here on Big Play.
I'm Garage Beer, and this is Bobby Carpenter.
Garage Beer. Beer flavored beer.
Beef with an F? Okay, my bad. It's crisp and cool, and it doesn't taste like ass. I'm Bobby Carpenter. I drink in garages because my wife says I don't belong inside. If you like a cold breeze on your bag, drink Garage Beer. It's American, and so can you. Garage Beer. Beer flavored beer.
Well, how do they know I'm doing this? Did somebody leak this out?
It's social media.
Oh.
That's the way social media works now.
I thought maybe you were just running that yap.
Welcome to Big Play, a sports media team that started back in 2014, and now we're not in a garage. Look at us, incorporating some of Cleveland's favorite sports personalities, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland. Coming to you live from the shores of Lake Erie and Burke Lakefront Airport, join Team Big Play for all the best sports talk in Ohio. Check us out on social media at Big Play, bringing you fun and compelling content from downtown Cleveland.
Anthony Schlegel, just how physical he was. You saw the girth and the power and everything he was bringing to the table, especially when he was a nice beefy 255 playing middle linebacker.
We were called soft last year. You don't want to be soft, especially when you come to the playoffs. So that's going to be a process throughout this season of establishing us as a harder team here in the
I don't buy into this nonsense, this conspiracy nonsense that he's got his money and he's dogging it. That's ridiculous.
They're off in the Kentucky Derby as Authentic takes them around the far turn. Tis the laws making his move now, and they're into the stretch. These two stride for stride. Authentic, tis the law. Here's the wire. Authentic has won the Kentucky Derby.
All right, let's get to a little bit of time hop when we come. We also got our bets for the Guardians. Great stuff with Ken Miles, myracehorse.com. Get signed up for that. Go check us out on Twitter for the retweet for our foursome in the golf outing. Got it all for you, but let's start with a little bit of time hop. Tell you what happened this day, the 27th of August. Let's go back 2 years ago today. Ryan and I got a little Browns preseason action as we take on the Bears. Now, I remember this game because Justin Fields was in there for Chicago. And he lit it up, and he played pretty well. We ended up falling 21-20, though, as Fields had 3 touchdowns in that game. Jacoby Brissett, Josh Dobbs, and Josh Rosen all played for the Browns. John Kelly and Dearness Johnson, your leading rushers. Your leading receiver was Javon Wims. Mike Harley had a lot of catches in that game as well. Your leading tackler was Sean Jolly for the Cleveland Browns.
Sean Jolly.
And Tony Fields, who might not make this roster today. We'll have to find out, but it was 2 years ago today. A little preseason action. This day, 2021, I was sad by this trade because we gave up Larry Nance Jr., but we got Lauri Markkanen from the Chicago Bulls this day, 2021. And now Markkanen, I think, has kind of turned himself into a decent player. Like, obviously, you sent him out for Donovan Mitchell. I saw some scuttlebutt this offseason, Ryan, that they wanted the Cavs to get Lauri Markkanen back as a part of this team, but they made that trade this day, 2021. We go back to this day, 2020, where Myles Garrett said that he was going to begin work to petition to criminalize hate speech after he received those direct messages on Twitter with some of just the vile speech. And obviously it's, we live in today's society where people think they can just write things on Twitter or put it out there and they should have no repercussions for I say this, and I think it should just be truthful, that people should have to put their address. And it's not that I would go to your house or anything, but when there's things that are said on social media, and you say, well, it's just words. No, it's not. No, it's not. And when you send messages like that, or when you do the things that sometimes people do, I just want you held accountable for that. I just want your employer to know that that's the kind of person that you are. I want your family to know that that is the kind of person that you are. And unfortunately, that's not where we're at. And I think as social media has continued to grow, it is ingrained in our society to the nth degree. I think there needs to be more accountability there. And I know what Myles did with hitting Mason Rudolph and all that kind of stuff, but those DMs he got, man, were just vile. They were just terrible. And I just want people held accountable for it. And I do think hate speech should be criminalized. Absolutely, 100%. This day, 2019, the list of ESPN The Body Mag was released, and Myles Garrett was on that list. I would not do that.
Yeah, I need to work out a little bit.
But even when they did, remember when they did the line, the whole offensive line for the Philadelphia Eagles did it? I find it weird. I really do. I get that they're creative and how they need to cover up private parts and things like that, but I don't know. The ESPN, and by the way, does ESPN magazine, is it still a thing? Isn't it gone?
I have no idea.
I have no idea. I have an ESPN subscription that used to get me ESPN the magazine. I think it's dead, but I don't know. It is what it is. This day, 2003, Mars made its closest orbit to Earth in nearly 60,000 years. It came within 13.4 million miles of Earth.
Pretty close.
I would imagine, yeah. Light years, things like that, whatever.
You can almost touch it.
Well, it's like, oh man, Neil deGrasse Tyson had a really good, like, describer of, like, if you had an Earth-sized globe in, like, you know, the school globe that you had, I think it's, the moon would be across the room, and Mars is like a mile away or something like that. And you know what I'm saying?
Kind of.
I'm screwing it all up here.
Yeah, you are.
If Earth-sized globe distance to other things. I'm just Googling this quick. I don't know if it would happen, okay? It's there's no way I'm going to do this. There's no way I'm doing it. I don't know, something like that. Again, if you had like a globe that was like the one you had in your classroom growing up, it's like Mars is across the room and like, or I'm sorry, moon is like across the room. I don't know. I'm going to screw it all up.
You tried.
I'm trying my best. I don't know what to tell you. Ricky Henderson certainly tried his best to stay 1982. He stole his 119th base of the season, breaking Lou Brock's single season record for the greatest base steal of all. 119 in a season.
Well, what is Ellie at right now?
Isn't he at coming in on near 80?
Let's take a look.
Stolen base single season record.
Oh, Ellie's at 61.
Oh, 61. Okay, so he's way out. So Ronald Acuna had 73. No, that can't be right.
What?
Wait a minute. Single season records for stolen bases. Okay, Hugh Nickel in 1887 doesn't count. Ricky Henderson ended up with 130. So he stole 119 this day in 1982. He finished with 130.
That's crazy.
Lou Brock, 118. Again, like Vince Coleman in 1985 had 110. He had 109 in 87. Ricky Henderson had 108 in 1983. Like, I'm trying to see, obviously, and then you're down into the, you know, again, 73 for Ronald Acuna in 20. That's the only one that we've had in the 2000s is the 73 that he had. I kind of think it's a lost art. You know, you want to know the impressive thing? Ricky Henderson stole 130 bases in 1982. He was only caught 42 times. So what's that? Quick math, like 1 out of every 4 or 1 out of every 3.
How many you have?
He attempted 172.
Okay.
So he stole 130, was caught 42 times.
He was safe about 76% of the time.
76% of the time. So yeah, 1 out of every 4. 1 out of every 4 this day. That's pretty impressive. This day in history. Speaking of impressive, Guinness Book of World Records debuted this day, 1955. Did you remember? Oh, he was way before your time.
Yeah, I wasn't alive in the 50s.
Show. No, not that. They had a TV show in the early 2000s called the Guinness Book of World Records Prime Time, I think is what it was called. And they would bring people in to attempt Guinness Books of World Records. They had guys that would try to eat the most worms in a minute.
Ew.
If you had to attempt a world record, what do you think you would do? Like a legitimate world record.
Oh God, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't even know what I'd do. Because you know, if you
I'm not
want
good
it,
at anything.
If you want it legitimized, you have to pay for a Guinness Book of World Records moderator. They have to come and be there while you do the record. I remember Robin Big. He set 2 skateboard records, and Chris Big Black Boykin, he did 2 eating records. The guy set so one was Big Black had to eat 3 powdered donuts in a certain set of time. but he couldn't lick his lips. That was the, thing. So he'd eat it, and the guy's sitting there watching. So he sat down, and he goes, all right, this is your challenge. You have to eat these 3 in, under a minute or something to break the record, but you can't lick your lips.
What?
So he sat there watching him with, an official timer, and then Rob did a skateboard, the longest 50-50 grind. The guy had to take a measuring tape out. He had to measure the whole thing. It's when Rob got on. It's just this whole thing with the Guinness Book of World Records. I can't tell you last time it used to be the #1 seller at every book fair that you went to as a kid.
Yeah, they were still at my age.
Oh, were they? Yeah. I can't say last time I've ever looked at it, but it is what it is. Very happy birthday goes out to golfer Bernhard Langer, Michael Dean Perry, former Cleveland Brown, Jim Thome, Indian great, Darren McFadden, Lyndon B. Johnson, the great Khali, Aaron Paul, Breaking Bad fame, Paul Rubens, actor Peter Stormare, and Alex Lifeson of Rush. Macklemore released Thrift Shop this day, 2012, excuse me. Big song. Can we go thrift shop? Isn't that what it started? Macklemore.
Yeah, let's go thrifting.
Yeah, that's it.
Like
I don't know. One movie for you to guess for came out this day, 1964. Disney. And it has to do with a magical nanny.
Mary Poppins.
That is correct. I laid it up for you here on an easy one to go. I want a nice, easy win for the Guards. Let's go. Get our bets. I'm all in on Gavin Williams here. Last 3 starts for Gavin Williams. He's not faced Kansas City this year, but he's got 2 wins and a no decision, 7, 5, and 4 1/3 innings pitched. He's only given up 4 runs over his last 3 starts, including his last 2 starts, none and just 1. And he's got 11 strikeouts over his last 3 starts. So would you give me... Guardians just got to get a win, man. Oh, no, sorry. Crap. That was Michael Lorenzen, who I was just talking about. I knew Gavin Williams wasn't that good. 2 losses and a win. I was like, wait a minute. Gavin's not pitching that well. Gavin's got 13 strikeouts over his last 3 starts. He's given up 9 earned runs in each of those starts. But it's against the Yankees in Milwaukee. Good teams. I got to take the Guards. I don't know what to tell you. They are the favorite today. I'm going to take Gavin Williams to get the win. Over-under is 9.5. I will actually take the under at 9.5. Give me the hook on that. Get it done, Guards. All right, back tomorrow. Evan Abrams is going to join us tomorrow from the Action Network. He's a college football betting analyst, so we'll get all your college football bets going for that. Tonight, Josh and Maria Cribbs with the return, and we'll have a little Enter the Jungle with James Rapine and crew coming up for that. For us, continue to retweet for your chance to win our foursome and our golf outing. I'm going to hit the retweet on that again. Go follow at Matt Fontana Show for your chance to win. We got about 20 entries thus far. And some of those are like us, so you got a pretty good chance to win a foursome for our golf outing coming up this Saturday. We'll see you there. Great stuff today. Thanks for Ken Miles for stopping by. For Ryan Tyler, I am Matt Fontana. As always, take it easy.